morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to Happen iOS. And today, absolutely underprepared, but we're going to be taking a look at more Groove Rider 2 by JimAudio. So you know the deal, we're gonna oge, baby. Hello, and welcome to the show. My name is Jade, and this is How to Happen iOS, and I hope you're doing okay. Everyone doing well out there? I do apologise, I wasn't, it was still large, go away. And I do apologise for not being here yesterday. Everything kind of was very quick and had to change all my plans and had to go out and start filming Walk With Me because something I'd been wanting to do for the longest time was go out to a place called Puffing Billy. And I've been trying to book tickets for Puffing Billy since April last year in 2024. And amazingly enough, on Monday, I went to the Puffing Billy website and somebody must have cancelled a whole bunch of tickets because there were some tickets available and I was able to book a ticket for Puffing Billy. So what is Puffing Billy, I hear you say? Well, it is Australia's oldest steam train. Here it is. Look at this baby here. It is really, really old, and it's on a really narrow gauge track. And the beautiful thing is you can actually sit on the carriages and hang your legs out of the carriages, adults, kids. It's been running since the 1920s, and they decommissioned it back in 1956, and then they remodeled it, repaired it, fixed it up, and it's been operating since 1962 as a really cool thing in Melbourne. So I'll give you a little squiz at it. So just be aware, this is the unedited footage, so you can see really terrible colours. I haven't colour graded yet, fresh off the camera. Here is the train. Look at this thing. Far out. As I said, this thing has been in service since the 1900s and then been completely restored. It's amazing that it's still running to its absolute full potential these days. Wow. All right, let's get on our carriage. So yeah, at the end of the trip, the actual driver let me into the locomotive. I couldn't really get too far in because it's so hot after travelling, but it was pretty damn cool. So that's the episode that I filmed yesterday. There's something, I'll show you something else before we get on. I know I'm passing a bit of time. It is what it is. Where are we? I'm trying to find this video because something crazy happened yesterday. I was blown away while I was out. So we went out to this place called Lakeside, and then I did a huge 4-kilometre walk or something like that, and that was cool. But along the way, we had a little hangout with some friends, and they were so wonderful. We had such a good time. Here we go. Okay, so here we are. I'll just mute. So I tried to eat my lunch, and I was instantly attacked by birds. These birds just decided to come from out of nowhere and jump up on the table and start eating. And look at this little fella. Look at this, just sitting there. This is a rosella. Beautiful little birds. And look at them just scabbing my food. And I actually literally got to hand feed a freaking rosella. A rosella, look, like it just jumped off the table there. Like rosellas are really hard to get close to. There it is, look at that. Oh my God. So, and literally I got to pat the birds and everything. It was full on. And by the end, they were all over me. I couldn't get rid of them. They were under the table. They were attacking me. When I tried to fly my, look at this. When I tried to fly my drone, They fully got into my drone container and stole the instructions from my drone. And I had to chase them to go get it back. Look at this little Rosella, man. Literally unbelievable, hand-fed. Here it comes. I just couldn't believe it. Like, look. Good Lord. It was amazing. That piece was a little bit too big for him, but is what it is. So, yeah. Anyway, really cool day. Had lots of cool stuff always happens on these Walk With Me. So I'll edit this today at some point, and we shall see this premiere on the channel on Friday to kick off after Valerie Butt for the Human Centipede of entertainment that happens every week. And I'll be the first recipient from Valerie Butt. Continuing on, and then I'll empty myself into Mr. Smith and Valerie Butt, and then they'll empty themselves into pole vault, and the end of the train, the last person will be Gary Hubbs, who'll get to empty himself right into Lila's mouth for the Human Centipede entertainment train. It's going to be so good. Let's say hello to you all, and then we'll get into... What's wrong with me? Justine, hello. Thomas Christ, great album launch yesterday. I couldn't be there live, Thomas, because obviously I was filming, but I watched it on the way home, listened to it. Fantastic album. Thomas Christ has dropped a new album. It's really cool. It's so now. It is just a statement of what is going on in the world. Ed Zielinski, even though it's been written over a fair amount of time. Ed Zielinski, Tremor Bear, g'day. Mateusz Prokowski. Hello, Thomas is slinging links as he does. You can help the channel and do all of this stuff if you like. I have an idea. Hello. Who else? Brad Example. Right on, Brad Example. Good to see you. And Queen Savage Alpha Mama. Hello. And let's see. I got Brenda. Oh, do I see Brenda or am I dreaming? Gordon Lee Weaver. G'day. Lurkin. I don't know why I thought I saw Brenda. What was that? My brain's fried. Anyway, it was a big day yesterday, and I got back and was, very tired. So I ended up going to bed pretty early and didn't get a chance to study for what we're doing today, which is more Groove Rider. But what do you know? I was saved by the bell. Saved by the bell. So if you don't know, last week we took a look at Groove Rider 2. It's a DAW. It's a Groovebox. It's pretty damn incredible, and there was no manual for it. So a lot of people have been flying blind, taking a look, trying to unpack all of the goodness that's in this. And on last week's show, we kind of made a track. Maybe. There we go. Let's try this. This was during the show. I don't know what's going on there. There we go. Ed B Metal. Lots of fun to be had with this thing. But yeah, as I was saying, there was no manual. So all of us were flying blind, everybody. And, well, I got up today thinking, I'll go over a few things. Let me sit up, get up early and check this out. And then I got a message saying that JimAudio has just dropped the manual for this. So we have a manual. If you would like to grab the manual for this, you own it, or you'd like to follow along, it is available from the link that is in the description and pinned to the top of the chat. JimAudio.pro / something. It's in the description. So I've already pasted it for you. It'll take you to this page here, and you can click on manual and it will open up the manual for you like so. So we have a manual. I haven't gone over it. I thought, let's do this today. Let's go over the manual and see what's in here and see if there's anything that I missed from last week. The manual says it's version 1.06. I have a feeling not everything's going to be in here. And it just is a feeling. But it looks good. It looks okay. We've got a mixer page. We've got our browser, built-in instruments, pure acid and poison. So there's good stuff's up the top here. Pattern banks, parts, selected parts, layers, clips, pads. I'm interested in I'll tell you what I'm interested in finding out, and I don't know if it's here, let me bounce over here, is the step sequencer and the jump thing. Is that going to be in here? We shall find out today. Ed says, I need to run again. Folks, Ed's got diarrhea. He was talking to me before the show. He's got to run back to the toilet, empty himself out. He'll be back once you can sort that out. Thanks, Ed. Sorry, Ed. I'm in a stupid mood today. I'll tell you why I'm in a stupid mood. Hey, we're here to have fun, aren't we, today? So most of you will know vapes are black banned. They're banned in Australia. I can't get any more juice. This is the last bottle of juice I have, and that's all I have left. That's it. No more vape juice. Well, today I got a prescription from the government, and I have vape juice waiting at the post office for me to pick up. Yeah! So I'm very excited. It looks like we're good to go. And the government has opened a website where I can get coils now for this. I can get tanks. I can keep going, and I can get juice. Not as good juice, but hey, I'll take any juice I can get at this point. Because this stuff that I'm on, this last stuff, red sticks, it is gross. It is fucking foul. All right, we're going to bounce over here again. Back to this. Let's take a look at this manual. I'm very interested in what is in here. So basic structure of Groove Rider 2. So what happens when I click on this? So patterns. Here we go. Patterns, we talked about this. So each pattern contains 16 parts. Each pattern group has 16 by 16 clips. Each pattern can have 3 master effects. They can be found over here. So let's have a look at our sections, just going over things. We're on part 1 at the moment of this. In fact, I'm going to load up just the default pattern so we can see what's going on. Here's our part. Triggers. So we've got an oscillator in this one. Yep, awesome. So 16 parts, clips. Let's bounce over to clips. Boom, over here. Master effects. So we can see our master effects here. So we've got a chorus in this master effect, and we can add whatever we want in here from this list. So a flanger. Boom, we can throw in a flanger there. And we can solo this. So that is our drums. You can hear we've got a flanger on there. If you want to get rid of these, somebody asked me this week, how do you clear these out? Just pull down and you'll see there's these dashes up here. That will completely remove the effect. So you can add in like a EQ, add in some bass, mid, high, and you want to get rid of it, pull down a little bit and just go yoink, and you're able to do that. So let's stop. Let's go back over here. I'm very curious how all this sits. So each pattern has send effects buses, send A and send B, and has 3 effect slots for each of these. So let's cover that again. So we'll clear out of this. And when we're in our sound font here, all you need to do to access these babies is come over to our effects buses. And here are the effects buses over here. Return A and B, and you've got 3 slots with heaps of effects. And the same thing works for these too. You want to remove one of these, go to the 2 dots, the 3 dots up the top, and clear that out. You want to undo it, bring it back. There you go. And these can be accessed by coming back over to our sound page, and you can turn up your send effects from over here or from the mix section as well. You have send effects over here, send A and send B. G'day, Jim Shannon. So, the other thing, well, that's interesting, Thomas, because here on the government website, they now allow you to buy nicotine. and to buy PG and VG. And you just got to get the flavors yourself. It's weird. They've opened up at least that. So, but yeah, awesome stuff. All right, so there's your send effects. So if you saw those. So now we've got this drum soloed. And you can hear what's going on now. As I said, you can come over to the mixer and turn these effects on and off up here. Or you can come over to the actual the effects buses page. So here's where you can select them and then you can turn them up with the sends over here on our sound pages. So if you're catching up, you didn't really see last week's show. These are your main sections. I know Ivan's seeing all this for the first time probably. This is where you create your sounds, so your patches, your instruments, whatever you like on the sound page, clips, and this is where you can create songs using your clips. You've got your edit piano roll, which you can edit from clips or from song mode. And you have effects buses, and lastly, the mixer. The other thing I really like, now I was talking to Russ about this. Russ was saying how he didn't like how the sliders all started at 0. And I don't really have a problem with it because as you can see, each of these sliders have a +6. If I zoom in, you can see they all start at 0. So there's your pair or your tear, whatever you want to call it. And it does go +6 above. And even the final one here as well too. So this is your main output. And you can put a return effects on that as well too. All right, so let's come over here and turn these sends down. Then we've got effects buses. So we've got returns over here. Or your master bus, you've got master buses here. And you've got effects B and A and B for your returns. And your overall master, let's bring everything back in. So I did have a question during the week, and that question was, how fast does the BPM go? So let's take a look. When you click on the top up here of your patterns, this is your BPM. And to change this, it does go pretty fucking high. Holy shite, look at this. We are 999 BPM. So there, hopefully that's answered your question. So you can make death metal, absolutely, without a doubt. That's pretty cool. 999. I was digging that. And to bring down, just hold down on the arrows. I can't remember what this was. Let's just do an undo. It was 128. There you go. 128. Click off to get out of here. Sweet. And the other question I had relating, I think, to that stuff was loading MIDI files. Can we load MIDI files? I don't know if we can do so. You would have to think you could do it in song mode. Now, I don't think you can, but I could be wrong. But we'll check out the manual now that it's been dropped. Now, I don't think, I'm just going out on a limb here. I don't think the manual's been fully completed. I just have a feeling of that. So pattern banks, each pattern has its own set of parameters. So each pattern will work in 2 modes, session mode or in song mode. Always see which mode is selected. So we covered that last week as well. Pattern banks are organized into pattern banks. The parts, we talked about parts last week. So you can load as, you've got 3 parts as we come over here into our clips. So you've got a part, and a part is represented down here as number 1. And you can change the oscillator, whatever, and you have 3 layers per part. And the triggers can be chosen from here. So we're set on triggers. Up to 16 parts. And if you want to play any of these parts, you just choose the keyboard. Or you can choose the pads. Give that some volume. Yeah, the manual just dropped today, Jim. So that's good. All right, let's come back over to it. Each part has its own as the effects. You can choose melodic parts, drum rack, pure acid drums. Each part has an arpeggiator, equalizer, effects, and yeah, selected parts, layers. Man, I don't like how this keeps refreshing on me. Maybe we shall do this. Let me open up. I think I've got a saved copy of it here. Maybe. There we go. Groove Rider 2. Okay, selected parts, layers. So within your layers, you've got synthesizers, samplers, wavetables, sound fonts, pure acid bass, poison. So we covered all of this last week. Layers of the drum rack type of part can only host 4 instrument types from the list above: synth, wavetable, and sound font. Yes. Each layer has its own filter, ADSR, LFO, and 3 available IFX slots. Clips. Clips are sets of MIDI notes and or parameter automation lanes. So we talked about automation last week. I think we covered all of that. Pads. There are pads here. A pad is one of 16 buttons. So we talked about pads. And here we go. So a part corresponding note, chord, slice, or drum pads can be assigned to different colors corresponding on the color that they are representing. Color change can be down to the parameters page. Top panel layout. We covered all of this stuff last week. I'm trying to get to some things that we didn't. Here we go. The middle panel bar. This is what we want to talk about. This is kind of cool. The shift button. So here's something I want to talk about with the shift button. I don't know if Jim from JimAudio can watch this. Let me just come back here. The shift button. Is there a way we can get the shift button to lock? Because I say this especially for one person out there, which is Russ, who's just got into this, and now that a Nano Studio is gone, well, Russ is trying to move everything across to use this. And Russ is only got the use of one arm. So to actually have to do this and hold down the shift button and then do an action is a real, can't do it. Just can't do it, right? There's no way. So a lock button or a hold button on the shift button, so I don't know if you double tap and it locks, that would be really, really cool. And then you can make a selection. I know it's probably a random thing to ask for, but there are a lot of people who do make music who don't have all of the physical abilities that everybody has. And yeah, that just seems like a no-brainer to me. So we got that one out of the way. So the shift button can be used as an additional control over functions. For example, holding shift while moving a knob or fader will give you more precise adjustments. See, this would be perfect for somebody like doing that, or you know, somebody who's got an instrument in one hand, or they've only got one hand free. So yeah, if we come back over and show you the shift button, here's shift, and if I turn any of these knobs now, turn this, yeah, they move much slower. So you're getting more precise movement. You can see that's moving super slow. So that's really cool to know you can do that. Let's keep going. Shift, also very useful in the note editor and on the song page, allowing to select multiple notes or multiple clips. Yeah. So holding shift when adjusting velocities for a group of selected notes allows you to make velocity ramps. On the mixer page, using shift with solo can allow multiple solo parts. Well, that's kind of cool. On the mixer page, so if I hold shift down, let's give you a look at the overhead, and then select solo and drag. Look at that. How cool is that? So you can select multiple solos. and going back the other way too. And I'm guessing maybe it works for mute as well. Yes, works for mute too. So if you want to mute multiple channels, you should be able to, yeah, there we go. So just drag with the shift down. So yeah, having a double tap on the shift would be really, really cool. Shift lock, yeah, Russ is here. So Jim, my friend, if you could throw that in there, I'll send you an email anyway. That would be super good, I think. For not only people with disabilities, for, you know, just a cool little feature. Shift plus double tap on a knob is your MIDI learn as well too. So let's show you that one as well. So if you want to MIDI learn something, hold down the shift and then I guess we come over here to one of these, shift, and there you go. And it starts flashing, right? So now that speed will MIDI learn, and I've got a keyboard down here. So I could say, now that I've just turned that knob, and now that knob is controlling the speed. So you can then lock this layer, or if you tap on it, you can remove the CC. Lock to this layer, right? Or remove CC. And then hit shift again, and that will take it off. Nice one. So there's another little trick that was hidden in the manual that didn't exist. I don't think so. I don't think there's I don't Jim, is there a CC message to learn for the shift button? Yeah. Who have I missed here? Teddy Rains and Revant. Hello. All right, let's come back. We've already learned a couple of things that we didn't know. Part select buttons indicate which part is currently selected. Tap left or right to select another part. We know this. Buttons from mute to jump. Select one of the part modes, which will be described below. Bar octave selects the current bar. Follow cursor turns. All right, so we're talking now in parts. Parts mode explained. So we've got our mute. We covered mute last week. We covered erase. This is used to erase some already recorded notes in your clips. Each pad in this mode represents a corresponding part and displays a record symbol in the center. Press play. Right, we covered that. Trigger mode. This is a standard drum machine layout where you can play all 16 parts from one screen. In this mode, each pad represents one of the 16 parts. So let's come over here and load up our guns. Bring your friends as far as you pretend it's overboard. Self-assured, I know. So I'm going to remove this layer here, and I'm going to come in and hit browse, and we're going to go to our banks and close this, and we're going to look for I think it's drum racks. Is that right? And we'll choose a drum rack. We'll choose this one. Boom. Now, what were we doing here? I got lost. What was I doing? Trigger mode. Trigger mode. This is a standard drum machine layout. I play all 16 parts. On the iPad, 16 parts, hit the pad and play immediately corresponding. So, trigger. What am I doing? So there's our trigger mode. So we're set to trigger here. But these are our drums. So these are all our parts of the... Cool. Now we can actually go through these parts. So we're talking about this last week. Oops, come back to here. Drums. So whatever you click is going to be available up here, right? So here's our kick. And you can see that change up here. You can flick through these with your arrows along here. I don't see why not. It's AUV3, Jim. That's just, yeah. I'm sure you can. Let's go to part 2 and see if we can. So if I just hold down AUV3. Oh, the other thing that's been added up here, we have now a search bar. Can we get a round of applause? Far out. It was the first thing when I opened it up. When I first was on this before it came out, I was like, man, for people like myself, and I know most people who are addicts, we're all addicts, let's admit it, you know, even though I say apps aren't Pokemon. A search bar, man. DM10. So yeah, DM10, load it up. Boom. There it is. So there's, oops, you need to open DM10 as a standalone to install. I haven't installed samples yet. That's on me. DM10. Hopefully this won't take too long. A search bar for the win. Absolutely. What all time signatures does it have? I'll answer that in a second. Drums. Do I have to load anything? Where do I have to get this from? Is there a particular place I have to download anything from? Or does it just do it? I have no idea. It's the first time I'm opening it. I'm supposed to do a show on it this week. So it loads it. We're all good. All good. All good in the hood. Happy days. Just got to load your parts. Time signatures. We have measures. 2/4. Now, where can I change? This is the thing. Can I hold this? So 7/4, 6/4, 2/4, 3/4. They're the measures there. I'm not sure if there's another way to access them from here, but this is just using the arrows. So there you go. We'll go back to our manual. Trigger mode. So just want to make sure corresponding notice when you hit a pad. Steps mode. This mode is accessible when you're editing a clip in the note editor edit page. This mode you can quickly edit steps of the notes. The clip of the same. So let's come back over here. I'm jumping around a bit today. I'm going to load up. I think I've got clips in here. Maybe. There we go. So I do have some clips. Hit play. There are no notes. Oh, because we're in song mode, aren't we? Back to song. Clips. Song mode off. Here we go. So we've got notes here. So here's our steps. And you can put in, so this is your step editor. I didn't cover this last time. So here's where you can put in your steps. And you can see as I'm adding these, they are adding notes. So this is if you may not want to use your fingers to tap in notes. You may just want to go boom, boom, and create a pattern this way, which is going to sound stupid now. It'll come back. Cool. I didn't know that last week, so I wasn't sure about adding the steps in, but fairly easy to add in your steps. If you want to use your step editor this way, you can go up and down and change your notes by dragging. Sick. Awesome stuff. Okay, steps editor, where are we? You'll be able to see and only edit the bar in this mode, the bar selector. So that is to the side here, the bar selector over here. You can move along bars to put in your next notes. Excellent. See, I would have just been guessing all this stuff last week. We're at our halfway point of the show. I need to run an ad. Every day we run an ad here. On the channel, so we'll run that now so everybody gets the ad at the same time. You can avoid the ad by becoming a YouTube Premium subscriber or by skipping the ad, and we'll wait for you to come back. The ad has been run, and while we're waiting for those to come back, I need to let you guys know tomorrow we have an interview on the channel happening. Very exciting stuff. We have our dear friend, Well, we'll all get to know him tomorrow because we don't know much about this dude. Gortium85, and he's going to come on and tell us. And look, is this the first time we've all seen a picture of Gortium? Very exciting. There he is. So if you ever wonder what Gortium looks like, he's coming on the show tomorrow. We're going to talk about his music, and we're going to hopefully get to know a little bit better tomorrow. Oh, yeah. All right, we've done that. Let's come back over here. So we are at our steps. Step selector, little other things. Pressing the pad in the steps removes, replaces corresponding notes. When you place a note, octave and pitch will correspond to the value of the step selector located on pad 1 to change the value. So you can change the value as you go. Hold the shift button to access all the pitches simultaneously and immediately see all the steps and delete them at once. That's kind of cool. So if I had notes in and then hold down the shift button, oh wow. So that shows all. So that's also showing the notes down here in this bar, right? So when you hit shift, and what did it say to delete all of them? Shift button, it allows you to immediately see all notes and delete some without the need to change. Okay, so that's cool. So that's a quick way to remove steps. So that you can just tap all the ones that you don't want, like that. And I think it's that one. That remove both. So cool. Cool way to delete these notes, or just tap up here to delete them as well. Like so. Gone. Awesome. I like this. The keys mode turns, so we've covered that. They covered all the keys mode last week with your keys, normal mode, scale to lock mode. So we didn't cover that. How do we get into scale to lock mode? So we've got a menu. On the opposite side, there's a small triangle menu with a pop-up on the screen. For this, you can switch between normal and scale mode. Didn't actually get to cover that this week. So let's come to our keys. And I'm guessing, no, let's come back over here. Is it shift? I don't know. Oh, this little triangle here. Here it is. So from here, I guess. So yeah, there's this little drop down and we can change into scale lock mode. We can add more keys from here if you want, less keys. We can turn off the vertical velocity. And we can go into scale mode. So whatever scale you have selected, that is now selected in here. And back to normal mode, less keys, however many keys you want. If you're using the on-screen keyboard, that is also how you bring up your mod wheel and your pitch. If you're wondering about that, I didn't know that was hidden there because look, it's very small and very cutely hidden away. Nice one. Yes, indeed. So there's that. Also, you can change the keyboard color style. You can go in general settings. You can change it to dark or light mode if you want. Chords and slices. I'm interested about this stuff. Chords, slices, drums. Depending on the type of selected drum part, this button will show different options. For melodic parts, it will be chords. If the part contains a layer with a sampler, the slice mode will be enabled. The buttons will show slices caption. Finally, the drum rack will be parts, will show the drums caption. So that's when we're over here for drums. So if we come over here to drums. Keys, all that kind of stuff. Chords. We have a chord mode. So when we're in an instrument mode, we've got chords. When we're in drums, let's go back to drums, it becomes a drum mode. So you've got keys and drums. So this button changes depending on what you are using, yeah? Awesome stuff. Jump mode allows you to immediately change the playback order of pattern steps. Use it to create interesting fills and breaks during live performances. This mode, every pad represents one of the steps. Hold over several pads to create fast repetitive jumps. So this is within our pattern steps, within our, okay. Playback of pattern steps. Let's have a look. How do we use this? Because I didn't cover this last time, so take care. Revenant, let's jump over to something that's already made. Boom. And turn off song mode. And actually, can we do it in song mode? I'm not sure. Okay. So I didn't cover this last time. So this is like a scratch pad pretty much. So you can see if we start hitting play with this. Okay, so I wasn't sure what that was last time because we didn't have a manual. Now we do. Loving the manual, Jim. Thank you so much. So there's our jump mode briefly. Pattern selector. So we talked about pattern selector last week with saving and loading, and we talked about the mixing of stuff, which is really cool. I know this has been a big feature lots of people are happy about. So if you didn't catch it last week, we've got this loaded up in here. I can now, where are we? We've got poison. Let's make sure that's loaded. Oh, and I'm doing something wrong. Oh, so it's got to be in I think. Anyway, I was in the other show. Let's load that up, and I can't even remember how to do it now. There you go. Good old me. I'm shit. We covered it in the last show anyway. It was a big day yesterday. So the cross pattern mixer. That's it. Load cross pattern mixer. So it has to be during playback. That's what I'm doing wrong. There you go. So it's got to be playing. And then you click on your pattern. Load. Start. And that will flick. Or load and mix A to B and start. And you can mix between your patterns. You can unlock it and change the tempo. It's such a cool feature. Why can't I get out of it? What am I doing wrong today? That's why. Anyway, it's a really cool feature. So there was a couple of other things I wanted to look at as we go across here. Stuff I've covered, cross mixer, we did all that. Limiter, we covered all that last week. The sound page, we went as deep, probably covered all of this last week. Part parameters page, changing colors of your parts, all of that. Default note. Arpeggiator, we covered that as well. Layer parts. There is what I want to get to. Let's see, have I already missed it? Just have a look in the thing here. Well, you know, I never want to say that kind of thing, Jim, because if You think it's better than BAM. Yeah, you think it's better than BAM for you. I can't really sit up here as somebody on a YouTube channel and say this is better for anyone else. You've got to, individual people have to make that decision for themselves. Now, what I'm looking for is our pattern banks. We're looking for parts, patterns. I'm looking up parts. Give me a sec. Let's go to patterns. Mixer page. Let's look at the mixer. We didn't really look at the mixer much last week. So the mixer page has all 16 parts in there for you to go at. You've also got instant access to the level fader, pan knobs, send effects. So both send effects part. You've got solo, mute. If you collapse down the pads into the bottom, the mixer page gets more screen space. So let's try that out. Here's our mixer. And there you go. You're going to get more space and more options up here, just in case you didn't know that. So you've got your panning up the top, and this will give you much more space. I know we talked about this rust with the levels here. So you've got your 0 up here, but you do get +6. So there is room there, and you're going to get on the full screen a little bit more room to play around with that. So that's cool. It's definitely geared towards making dance music. I don't know. I disagree. I disagree. I think you can make anything. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe next week we'll try and make a death metal song with it. Fuck it. Why not? I'm going to do that next week. We're going to lock that in. We're going to try and make a death metal song with Groove Rider. Never made a death metal song with a Groovebox. Why the fuck not? Hello, Javelle. So let's cover more of this. If you collapse the pads, you get the low, mid, double tap on parts icon to the bottom channel strip and go to the sound page. So here we go. So here's these little instruments down the bottom here. Double tap and they will take you back to the actual sound page. So another little handy thing I didn't know. Quick double tap. Easy peasy. And you can do this with the shorter version as well. So we can go to our kicks. Double tap. There's our kick. Nice one indeed. Lots of little things we're finding out today. At the right of the mixer page, master channel slot. Same as the FX bus. It has a master level fader, which sets the output volume for the entire pattern. And it also has the return A and B knobs to set the output level for the effects A and B in the final mixes. The red limiter button turns on and off for the sound limiter, which presents overloading. And at the bottom, there's also a LUFS indicator. Did you notice that, folks? That there is a LUFS indicator down the bottom here. So when we hit play, nice. And I think so really nice to have an idea of how many LUFS your songs is as well before you mix anything down. I really like that. Here's our limiter up here that you can add on and off. That was mentioned in the manual here. Multi-soloing parts. We talked about that with the shift button. The browser, we covered all the browser stuff last week. What I want to get into as well is samples, man. I want to see how big a sample we can import. Does it say in the manual? Because this is cool. To add a sampler to a melodic part, let's come in and start a new project. New, yes. And we'll come over here to our sound and we'll delete this layer. So hold down to delete a layer. Come up and hold down. We're going to add a sampler. Shall we find something? Let's load import samples from files, double tap. I'm going to find the music I made for Walk With Me this week, last week, which is 2 hours long. Will it work? Or will it break it? It might do. Here we go. Alone with My Ghost. It's 427 megabytes. 0 samples imported. There you go. That's too long. So don't bother trying to load anything that's 2 hours long. That ain't gonna fucking work. Or maybe it's because it was an M4A. I don't know. We'll try something else. Try something long. Let's see, what else do I have here that's long? We'll try loading, oh no, I shouldn't load that. That's not public yet. What else do we have here? Something long, something big. That's what she said. Launchpad got updated a couple of days ago. Also, hang on. Let's just go by size. That's what she said again. I'm trying to find something that's actually not an M4A. So 216. Let's see what this one, how this one goes. No, so definitely not able to load anything like super long. And let's just try, I don't know, some of these violins here. Okay, so this one loaded. And how long is this file here? This is Cool Change Violins. Sample is 2 longs. Maximum sample length supported is 5 minutes. Are we cool on that? So there we go. That I had a question about that during the week. So we should be able to delete this now, hopefully. Can I remove it? Let's come in here. I don't think I can. Oh, to delete something, we have to come over here into our user bank. And we should be able to hit the menu and delete. There you go. Not cool. 5 minutes, says Russ. 5 minutes is not enough, says Russ. He's had a gutful. He wants that to change. The other thing I wanted to cover too, if you want to create your own sample and record things in, so all you need to do is hit edit when you've got a blank sample page, and it will say here, create empty sample. And now you can record your own stuff in here. And how do we do that? Of course, we're going to head up to our sample, to our settings up here. And I have audio input enabled and mini fuse selected. So I'm trying this for the first time. So hopefully this is a thing, because you can choose. So down here where your record button is, you can choose to record the master out. You can, or choose any of the parts. So if I choose part 1 here and hit record, it should do it. Oh, I don't have any parts, so that's why nothing's happening, right? So it would have recorded in a part. But right now, I'm going to say, you know what? Let's try the audio input and hit record. Do I have anything in the input? I don't know how you would do this. Do I have a microphone I can use? Let's see. I'm guessing it would have to be in part 1 or port 1 of my audio interface. I have no idea. We're flying blind. I probably should check the manual. Hi, Rhett. We only got about 5 minutes to go to get out of here today. Oh, it made noise. There we go. So there we go. It's recording. Hey. Boom, boom, boom. La, 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 la. Oh, yeah, baby, I'm recording some sound. You fucking do. And stop the recording. And now from here, we should be able to crop this. So grab our marker. Yeah. And say do that. And down here we can crop. Where are we? Copy trim.
Hey, 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 boom, 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 la, 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 la. Oh yeah, baby, I'm recording some sound, you fucking duck. Hey, 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 boom, 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 la, 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 la. Oh yeah, baby, I'm recording some sound, you fucking duck, 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 duck.
So the thing you'll notice there is because we're recording that into audio interface, it's only coming through one side of the speaker. Well, so I'm going to go and hit save for this, close this down, and I should be able to, you've got a MS, this little button down here, so now I can take that left side and we can combine them together into, I'm pretty sure, convert to mono, so left only, and now we should have.
Hey, 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 boom, 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 la, 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 la. Oh yeah, baby, I'm recording some sound.
So really handy if you...
Hey, 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 boom, boom.
Let's go and trim that out a bit too. So you can come back in here, trim this. We can go with this little marker, the line.
Hey, hey, hey.
So we'll do a trim.
Hey, 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 hey,
Hey, hey, hey, hey, hey, hey, hey, hey, hey.
So it looks like with the using the audio interface to record in, it's going to take either one. Whichever one you've got in, it's going to record, right? So you could have both. I suspect. I'm guessing. Let's try it out. Let's grab a guitar. This is super handy to know. I believe, especially if we're going to try and make some metal next week. So if I plug in my guitar, let's just hit save here. Jump out of this. And let's make just going to in here make a new sample. Add sampler. Hit edit. Create. And let's see if it picks up the guitar. So I've got the guitar running in the other side. I'm going to turn down the mic. Yeah. So you could essentially turn up your mic as well. La 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 la. Let's bring that up a little bit. La 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 la. That'll do. Stop. So yeah, it's automatically listening to either left or right. So either channel 1 or channel 2 in your audio interface. And then once you've done that, you can come in here and you can edit this. Yeah. And hit save, oops, or trim. And then you could combine these two into the one track. So at the moment when I play this back.
Hey, 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 boom, 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 la, 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 la. Oh yeah, baby, I'm recording some sound, you fucking...
It's still playing the other one. So let me save this. And we'll remove this. Here we go. And we'll come back into our edit. But what's really cool is this stereo convert. So you can either go from stereo. So if you've got a stereo file, you can convert it into a mono file and you can choose. So just to take the left side or both left and right or the difference. And here I can hit left and right and now convert this. So very possible to record stuff in. Curious to know though, if say, let's got a little bit of time to go over this. Let's come in here and Mix Club says, Russ loves the Beatles for $2. Well done. Russ says, needs to be able to grab a iPad source to sample from my screen record or sample in as a way around at the moment. Not great, but it works. Well, I think you're asking a lot to be able to just sample within from the iPad screen. I don't know. It's up to you to get your own samples, I think. I don't know. You're expecting a lot to have that in there as well. What I'm curious about, let's discard. Let's open up, say, this demo here, right, of mine, which is in song mode. I'm going to go to part 5. All right, so we're on part 5 now, and we're going to add in here a sampler, and we're going to hit edit, create a new sample. We've got our microphone plugged in. I'm curious to know, can I play back and sing over the top? Which I can, look at that, to at least help. Let's see if that works. So make sure audio in is selected, record. Oh yeah, can you feel it, baby? Oh yeah, can you taste it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so at least I got to sing it in, so now when I edit it, I'll be able to move it into the right place, I reckon. You know what I'm saying? So kind of okay for a singer. We trim. Even though I'm playing it in. Oh, yeah. But really nice to be able to sing along with the music. Oh, yeah. Can you feel it? I'm going to convert this. Oh, yeah. We'll save it. Bring this back to start, our song mode. And we'll turn up this vocal. It's already up pretty loud. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Can you feel it, baby? Oh, yeah. So I'm just holding the note. Nice. So I could essentially record that in. Yeah, we could come over to our song mode, bring this back to the start, hit record. Oh, yeah. I was a bit early. Undo. Right, so the beautiful thing is, though, we can come in and edit this anyway. Select. No clips selected on this page. Hang on, we're not doing that. Song mode. Double tap. There we go. So I can move this to where I want, and you can change your things here. So we can change this to an 1/8. Henry the 8th, I am. Or and then we can come in and add our effects to this if we want to. So we've got an EQ, chorus, you got all this kind of stuff in here, compressors, all this kind of stuff. You know, an overdrive or distortion, pitch shifter. Here we go, compressor. Got a compressor in there. Let's go in and add maybe a reverb. We'll go into our buses. So there's already a reverb on here. And we'll turn that up a bit. Can you feel it, baby? Oh yeah, can you taste it? Yeah. Interesting. So at least I know I can record some death metal vocals directly into here, and it'll kind of sort of work. Of course, you can add chorus. You can add whatever you want to it. So Again, we'll just head back over to the manual. See if there's anything else quickly we want to touch on before we get out of here. I know Thomas is up in about an hour. There we go. As our sampler, we covered a lot of stuff in the sampler last week. So the looping, sample loops and loop modes, ping pongs, one-shots, pass-throughs, covered all that last week. The sample warp. So sample warping is a technique that involves certain time-stretching algorithms to shrink, expand sample length to exactly fit the given pattern tempo. Sample warping is a very common technique amongst the most popular software. So GR2 Sampler instrument supports this feature too. When talking about warping, it usually means that we are dealing with some sample loop. And we've got beat slicing. So let's see. Can't remember if I did cover this last week. So here's our sample in here. And warp is off at the moment. And we've got beat slice, repitch, or texture. I'm going to solo this. Remember, there's solos buttons everywhere, yeah? So you've got solos up here, so we can... Oh, yeah. Can you... So I just changed this.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Can... Right, so it's on now. So we can slow it right down. So the sample now consists of 64 beats, 32 beats, yeah, which is what we want. Can you feel it? You can times 2 over here. Or go crazy. So that's repitching. You've got beat slicing. Wow, how's that? So we've got beat slicing here. Now it's going by transients, and you can see the slices across the top here. And we can change these as well. Oh, yeah, can feel it. So we can change the sample slices from transients to bars. So it's up to you. Oh, yeah, feel it. So you can see here. Oh, yeah, feel it. We can go backwards. Can you tell? So we've got one shots, repeats, ping pongs down here. Pretty damn cool. And textures. Oh yeah. Can you feel it, baby? Oh yeah. I mean, the sample is pretty fucking deep. Plus, we have all of this up here up the top, which you can do micro scale tuning as well. Pitch bend range, polyphony, so you can decide the polyphony, the velocity, start position. So it's very, very deep, the sampler. Was there anything else? Maybe we'll continue with this on next week. So what we'll try and do next week, we covered all of the wavetable stuff. Sound font player, we covered that as well. Most of this we covered last week. These are just little follow-up things. But the good news is that you guys, you can go and read the manual now. And it looks like it's all there. Everything looks like it's there, so that's cool. Audio input, interrupt audio host. Tell you what I wanted to find, but I can't see. Importing files. I think we're good. So what I'm going to do is, let's do this. Let's make a date for next week. I'm going to go more over this when I've got more time, because this only just dropped. And next week we'll do like an introduction. We'll do an introduction to anything that I may have missed. Little things, once again. because I don't want to yeah, here's the thing. I just don't want to let this app slide by and just stop using it. I'd rather make something with it. So next week we'll cover just any of the little things I find in the manual, because the manual literally just dropped an hour ago, an hour and a half ago. That's true. And I'll find a few more things in there, and then next week we'll make a death metal song using Groove Rider. I think it's great. I think that's going to be fun. And because nobody else is going to be doing it, so let's push it to its limit, see if we can make a death metal song. I'll try and create some drums for it, some death metal drums. It's a really good app. It's absolutely worth your money if you're looking at something different. It's got all the kind of coolness of GarageBand, I think, kind of toy-like experience, but it's got a real lot of depth to it as well, and it's very simple to navigate. That is the thing. That is the most beautiful thing. Is it perfect? Nothing is. But the good news is that Jim is continuously updating it, and I'm positive he has a roadmap for this over time. So it is an investment, yeah? I don't think it's going to be something that's just going to get left by the roadside. Nano Studio. So there's that. All right, let's get out of here. Thomas is up in about 45 minutes time. I've set a dump, so you can go over and enjoy Thomas. He's back. He's playing your most rockin' music as always. I'll be listening along, but I have to head out and go pick up my vape juice. Tomorrow we have Gortium on the show, so please come and join us for that. Going to be super fascinating. I know nothing about this dude right here, so that's going to be cool. Hello, cover by CQ. Thanks for joining us today and hanging out and doing all the stuff. Walk with Me's this Friday. Remember, it's part of the Human Centipede of Entertainment here on YouTube, kicking off with Valerie, myself, then Valerie, Mr. Smith, Sunshine Archer, and a pole vault onto Laurie's Mishmosh, and then Gary Hubbs, and then end of the Human Centipede is Leela taking the last mouthful to close the night. I don't care. I'm sticking with it. It's my joke. The rest of you can call it the train. I don't care. Whatever. All right. Do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better. We'll all rise together. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks very much. Let's Oj. Boom.